Ezra 10:1 through 3. Ezra 10:1 through 3. While Ezra was praying and making confession, prostrate in tears before the house of God, there gathered around him vast throng of Israelites, men, women, and children, and there were widespread lamentations among the crowd. So Ezra's crying, he's praying, he's seeking God, and now come all these people wailing, crying. In fact, they'd be willing to pray with him. They've probably been fasting because of their wailing. I mean, the sign of depression. Depression means typically not eating. It's possible. It's a possibility. Because they knew he's there praying and they're coming to him, which offers the idea that they may be looking to pray with him. The son of Shemek, son of Jael, one of the family of Elam, spoke up and said, Ezra, we have broken faith with our God, taking foreign wives for the people of the land. But smite this, there is still hope for Israel. So they're lamenting over their marriage to pagan women. They're realizing they messed up, and this was receiving their downfall. Ezra's crying out to God. He's seeking God, and they're already having a repentant heart. Nothing better than this. They're realizing their mistake, but realizing that with God, they can get past it, they can overcome it, they can be brought through it. And we need to realize that same way. But we also need to realize it isn't wise for Christians to marry those that aren't. Because we follow the same destructive path that they were on when that happened. As for me, being a Christian is so much part of my life, I don't think I'll connect fully to somebody who's not enough to where I'd even want to pursue it. But if I do, I know I shouldn't pursue it because I need to pursue God. And God says no. Okay. Verse 3. Let us pledge to ourselves to our God to get rid of such wives with their children according to your counsel, my Lord, and the counsel of those who go in fear of God, of our command of our God. Let the law take its course. So honestly, they're talking about divorce. Because these marriages weren't recognized by God. And this isn't saying, well, if you marry an unbeliever, because there's later scripture on that. But it's also saying, be wise. For them, is cleaning up the temple. Okay, it's one thing for the church to allow people to get married that aren't equally yoked. It's another to be like, well, you're not a believer, but your husband's this and that, so we're going to put you in. No. Don't put people who aren't believers in service just because of who they're married to. And for them, it would have been that being a situation and them cleaning it up by getting rid of the wives and children. I don't believe in an extreme case to where, okay, you married somebody who wasn't a believer, divorce them, get rid of the children, purify your faith. Because I think your faith will lead to convict them to where Paul talks about how they would leave. Because you're standing strong. And that's a witness to them. And either they're going to receive that witness if you're true and effective, or they're going to run from it. So for us as Christians, divorce isn't the option in it. Sometimes it's the outcome. But standing strong in the faith, being a witness, yeah, we shouldn't have married him. Sometimes this happens due to misleading. They do all this, and the person thinks, well, they are Christian, and when they marry them, no, they weren't. It was just an act. But you're married. Divorce, God hates divorce. So you seek him. Stand for him. Yeah, it may cause problems in your marriage. But if there's a righteous way out, by seeking God. And who knows what God may do out of it.